praise to the Most High. About to do this live on TikTok too. Hip hop, TikTok, TikTok. Remember in the 90s, they was like hip hop. Okay. Alright. We live on all platforms that's necessary, I think. I need to get Twitter. But Twitter scrolled my account over last time. But I'm gonna do Twitter again though. Probably for next live. Alright, y'all. Alright. All praise to the Most High. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and all glory and all praise to the Most High God. And I do so in the name of His only begotten Son, Hamashiach Yahushua, who the King James Bible buckaroo called Jesus Christ. Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahushua, Kwam Yasharala. All praise to the Most High. Oh, some pretty girls came to my page. Oh, I be getting some pretty chicks sometimes, but oh, I like her. I don't know. I'm gonna tell y'all my little secret, ladies. My book go viral. What I'm looking for, the nappy of that head, on some sexual stuff. Yeah, that nappy hair kills me. It kills me, boo. In a good way. That's all. All right, let me see. Okay, we back with the mic up. Yeah. All right, so it's 1080 60p on Twitter. All right, y'all gonna keep hearing yourselves. There you go. All right, YouTube. Tubes to use, or you the tubes. YouTube. I got subscribers. One thing I want to see. Oh, somebody won that Mega Millions. Out in Georgia. Okay, I'm glad I gave up. I only played that like 2 times. I gave up on that crap. I wasn't trying to take that serious. Somebody subscribed to me too. I was at 10, 11. I think I got 2 subscribers. I think I did. Dude, out the blue, because one of them was mine. But I was at 11. I want to see, oh, she real pretty, but I'm tired of pretty chicks. I ain't go cat. I want one. 10, 11. I think I got 2 subscribers. Alright. I'm tired of pretty chicks. I ain't tired of them. 2 people watching? Oh, it's probably me. Oh, shoot. Hey. Hold up. I want to tell some people, my fake friends. I want to tell my fake friends. My fake friends. I'm on this dating app and I'm swiping all the dudes. Like, dude, why do I see you? I don't want to see no dudes. Alright. 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 Y'all hear me? So, I still got 1 viewer. Alright. So, what was that? Because we did 30 laws last night. Was at 114, then 30, 24, 34, 44, which y'all see on the screen. You'll see 44 on the screen. So, we're going to do another 30 laws today. It's 44. So, 54, 64, 74. Alright. Alright, let me just see. Where is mine? Alright, any box. I might just. Alright, it's a little slide. I'm tired of that one chick. She just keep coming up saying stupid stuff. A lot of these females in here say stupid stuff. Like, what the heck you talking about, woman? Alright, alright. That's about it. All them damn transsexuals. Get the heck on. Alright. Alright. I like talking. That's what she said. She like talking. All right. We at 140. Let's do 144 again, y'all. All right, 144. Tattoos are against the law, and that's Leviticus 19:28. Ye shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. So, I ain't even do the cutting is the flesh. See, when it says cuttings in your flesh, that you have to really think about what's a cut is, and that's why I realized like, um, where's that Bible verse that says the one above it at 43? Leviticus 19:20 says, "You shall not round the corners of your head, neither shalt thou mar the corners of thy beard." And then the next verse always says, "Cutting in your flesh." You when you mar the corners of your beard, when you round the corners of your beard, you using sharp metal, no different than scissors or a knife. What sort of difference? Clippers and razors, and clippers and razors. It's just because the temple, what Paul was talking about, do not defile your temple, and if so we can't defile our temple. No cuttings in flesh is. I don't want to say, cause that's this is the part where is this what the Most High and His Son Yahushua talk about, or is it something I'm talking about when it comes to a woman using a razor to shave her facials, or what else she shave? Oh, her sexual organs, her legs. That's why I left it alone for the last time, because should a woman shave her legs? When it says Leviticus 19:20, you shall not make any cuttings in your flesh. Shaving your legs. Of course you can't just do this all day. Of course that. You know what I'm saying? So this should be a double law. It should be. But I might not make it a double law. 145. Do not sell or buy anyone for sex. Pimping women is against the law. Leviticus 19:29. Do not prostitute thy daughter to cause her to be a whore, lest the land fall to whoredom and the land become full of wickedness. I stagger at this law. I want to actually put it in a book. This is my scene, because I'm not about to just sit here and write this book and act like I'm faultless. That's just out of pocket. So we have 146. Do not mistreat the visitors. Probably of your own nation I need to add to. You know what I'm saying? Let's see, because in Acts, Paul was talking about don't let nobody strange in your home. So Leviticus 19:33. And if a stranger sojourn within your land, ye shall not vex him. But the stranger that dwell with you shall be unto you as one born among you. And thou shalt love him as thyself, for ye were strangers in the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. This a double law. Let me see. Do not lie to see cheap people do their sex. Alright, let me see. This book is bloody. It might not be a double law. So, don't have sex with your... There's a whole bunch of you can't have sex with nobody laws in here. If I'm up here reading it for, as a new set of eyes, like, dang. All right, that's all the sex laws. Let me see. Fast. Sex woman. Woman still unclean. Woman period is over. Let me see. Let me just make sure. Just charge goes. The man's unclean. Wash clothes. It was something about like bullying people or something. But this is not all the sex laws. There's more sex laws. All right. Because I'm going too far back. Okay, I'm going too far back. This is the law about I thought we had a mistreat Israelite law. Don't do that. All right, let's keep it moving. Okay, so do not mistreat the visitors. So that's more 147. Do not do what the other nations do or celebrate their holidays. Leviticus chapter 20, because it's purple at the beginning. 23. And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nations, which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things, and therefore I abhor them. All right, is this a duplicate? Let me ask myself that. Duplicate law. I write it down. I got Proverbs chapter 3:31. Let me look that up. Let me see. Duplicate 2 for this law. It might just be I went through it in preparing. Okay, let me share the screen with TikTok. See, not TikTok getting mad like, oh, your line visibility is restricted, man. All right, we have Proverbs. I don't even know. Nobody even go. I mean, Esau said it right on that dating app. I told everybody I'm going live writing a book. Esau said, watching somebody on live on YouTube write a book is super boring. You know what I'm saying? So, Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Right? This is precepts. For the froward is an abomination to the Lord, but his secret is with the righteous. Proverbs 3:33. The curse of the Lord is in the house of the wicked, but he blessed the habitation of the just. Oh, it was just really 31. That's all I wanted. Proverbs 3:31. Envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways, right? And then Law 147. Do not do what the other nations do or celebrate their holidays. It's when it comes to something unique. Yeah, because we'll sit there like, they walk, should we walk? Our people like, I'm simple like that. You feel me? I'm simple. I admit, I'm simple. All praise to the Most High. So look, we at Deuteronomy chapter 12, verse 30. Take heed to thyself that thou be not snared by following them. After that, they be destroyed from before thee, and thou inquire not after their gods, saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Even so will I do likewise. Now, only got one viewer. Now, I remember in a previous life, my mom was like, how you make that money? It was casino, it was gambling. Let's just say that it was gambling for profit all through the times. And he was like, yeah, I had this idol that gave me good luck, this rabbit paw. Gave it to moms. Yeah, that's exactly that. And so that's he's saying, how did these nations serve their gods? Because we always like, we ask a heathen, how you get that success? Thinking we want to be in their boat. But we not in their boat, just like I want to be in Jacob's boat, but I'm not in the average Jacob's boat. We always wanted to. So that's all I want to do, put the casino story that been in my head all my life. It was that rabbit's paw. I kept seeing that. I wanted some money, we was poor. I was always poor, but All right, we at 148, y'all. How I look on TikTok, y'all mad at me still. Chell's the last person I see. Ain't nobody even sits in my life like that. Nobody really ever did. So we had 148. Noted the between clean and unclean creatures, right? Y'all see that? Leviticus chapter 20, verse 25. Excuse me. Ye shall therefore put difference between clean beasts and unclean, and between clean fowls and clean, unclean fowls and clean. And ye shall not make yourselves abominable by beast or by fowl or by any manner of living thing that creep on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean. Like, there's so many damn animals and creatures on this planet. You know, the Bible gonna drive us nuts trying to literally learn all. If you really want to really get down to the gritty, just know what you can deal with, what you can't deal with. So many animals, even there's a lot of clean creatures we can eat that's icky to us. Like the grasshopper. Ain't no nigga from the way about to eat a damn grasshopper unless your house shall put a sword to his neck, say, you better eat that grasshopper or you know what I'm saying? But other than that, no nigga. I don't see it. Maybe we get a renewed mind in the kingdom and we see the world different. The argument that why Esau is doing all this weird stuff. Maybe because they super comfortable. Maybe we'll do a lot of weird stuff in our kingdom because we super comfortable and we don't know no hurt. You know? Basically, I theorized, that was my hypothesis as a child. Law 149, bald heads and shaving your facial hairs against the law. Leviticus chapter 21, verse 5. They shall not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. It's just like that last law, that first law. Let's go to Leviticus 19:28. Let's go back. Leviticus 19:20. You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am the Lord. And then we go back here to Leviticus 21:5. Thou shalt not make baldness upon their head, neither shall they shave off the corner of their beard, nor make any cuttings in their flesh. So it's doubled down right there, buckaroo. So we can go over, got green, 2 Samuel 19:24 suggests trimming the beard, not shaving is acceptable. Using common sense, men when cutting hair on the head, whether facial or the back of your head, use a guard to trim, but not the metal razor or the metal on the clippers. And I was doing that more with the men than the women because I don't know the science of a woman. That's just my failure. Where Paul said, "Do not be ignorant of anything." I really don't get between women legs like I wish that was my lot for when I was in sin. I have been between a woman leg. I'm not a virgin, but it's just my experience is very not the way it should be. But I want to look this Bible verse up. So let me share the browser on TikTok. 2 Samuel. And we're going to go to what, chapter 19? I'm glad I got a load of clothes in the wash too. I had to wash them dirty clothes. Alright, 2 Samuel 19:24. And Mephibosheth, the son of Saul, came down to meet the king. And the son of Saul came down to meet the king and had neither dressed his feet, nor trimmed his beard, nor washed his clothes, from the day the king departed until the day he came again in peace. Oh, okay, nor trimmed his beard. Yeah. Where did I get that from? That's a good. That was a dang gone corner jewel in the Bible. Where'd that come from? Yeah, that was a jewel in the Bible. Hey, it proves that you can trim your beard. That's all that proves. You know, you can get the level. I got clippers where it's a 0.5, I guess inch or millimeter or atom. I don't know. And I got you see my hair. I let the screen be big. Hold up. But not TikTok screen, but the regular screen. This is at a 0.5. But here, you feel me? Anybody do all that vanity stuff. But it's a 0.5. Excuse me, I'm burping up the storm. So we had law 150, right? You must eat on the Sabbath. And for Day of Atonement, I ain't eat on the Sabbath, but every other Sabbath I ate. I was trying to do a 3-day fast, but here, let's read this Bible verse, right? Leviticus 23:2. Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them concerning the feasts of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations, even these are my feasts. And then it says not 6, but verse 3. Leviticus 23:3. 6 days shall work be done, but the 7th day is the Sabbath of rest and holy convocation. You shall do no work therein. It is the Sabbath of the Lord in all your dwellings. Judith 8:6. And she fasted all the days of her widowhood. So a sister asked me, should I fast on the Sabbath? And I gave her these Bible verses. And I was trying to explain to her like it could be a title, but at the same time, because I know I should finish reading Judith, but hear me out. We see this is Leviticus chapter 23. We see I want that end all caps. The first word of the chapter is all caps. Dang it! Oh man, I wanted all that consistency. Cause look, I try to do consistency. You see, verse 1, every verse 1, the first word after verse 1 in my book is all caps. Dang it. All right. So you see, this could be like an original Bible back when it was just chicken. Yeah, well, that the tongue. Ezra wrote it, so that was Arab tongue. He was in the Persians. I don't know why the Bible, the Torah is in Hebrew. Why is the Torah in Hebrew if Ezra wrote it? So why did the names got switched up from the Torah to the Old Testament to the Apocrypha if Ezra wrote it all? That's a good question. So we had Judith 8:6, and she fasted all the days of her widowhood, save the ease of the Sabbaths, and the ease of the new moons, and the new moons, and the feasts and solemn days of the house of Israel. The only fast I could suffer to give you to this law is doing a 7-day or more fast. I want to just say multi-day fast. Doing a multi-day fast. Other than that, eat on the Sabbath or eat a crumb if you are not hungry. But yeah, it's a feast day. You playing with fire, man. Some of these laws, one of these brothers taught me this when I was watching them street teach. No, matter of fact, at Camp WFI Detroit, wouldn't it be better to do it that way versus risk not doing it that way? Because some of these laws, you have to, it's like the balance of scale. What should you do? Like, especially if you ain't got a thirst. Like if you fiending to smoke or fiending to have sex, you just gonna kill yourself. Be honest with you, because you desire to do something. You up here living, you have to keep praying and fasting so you can lose that desire. You don't want to deal with this truth with a bunch of desire and you're resisting. Yes, I don't know off the top of my head, but I'll be reading it too. It's the Bible. It is heavy on resisting. At the same time, it's not like you're about to live a whole century of living with bunch of you're gonna kill yourself. You horny, you gotta get you a wife or a husband. You fiending for drugs, you gotta get you a bottle. You whatever the case may be. You stupid, you gotta get counsel. I do too. We're at the next law, 151. The first and last day of the Feast of Unleavened Bread, Passover in parentheses, is cooking allowed Sabbath. Leviticus 23. So that's why I'm realizing my laws I'm going by ordinance to ordinance. That's why I'm like all over the place, because when you go to the Torah, when you come from the laws in Genesis, not many laws in Genesis, but Exodus, Leviticus, Deuteronomy, Numbers, they sit there, Yahweh Shai spins the block on the same topic a couple times, because ordinance is building blocks to a law from my experience in the legal system in the world. It could be. It's not always that, because ordinance, the city laws is ordinance in America. So, but it's building blocks to the state law. When you start reading into city ordinance and when you try to defend yourself in a traffic case, you're looking at the MCLs and you have to look at the city ordinance. You don't know which the cop is pulling from or the prosecutor is pulling from on traffic tickets. They got two sets of laws to screw you over: the city ordinance and the state law. You stuck on the state law and tried to defend yourself on a traffic violation, like no insurance, where you can't have a jury. The prosecutor could pull from the city ordinance, so you can't be ignorant in both ways. Just a fool for thought. So that's what the Mosai is doing with the Torah. It's a bunch of ordinance to Passover, because we've been visit Passover. So why we back at Passover again? Oh, Salakia. So here, let's search. I want to search something in this book. Let me see something. Passover. All right. I want to see my history. So we have 151. Okay, so hold up. By obtained Passover, now North Pan must be cooking cook the lamb. See, it says cook the lamb on the first moon. You know, I've been ignoring my TOC. I gotta go through my TOC again. Yeah, I got TOC. I've been ignoring it, because that's the first thing I did was the TOC. Okay, so I'm looking at it. All right, let me see. Passover there. This is close to it, but it is cooked. All right, it's the Lord's Passover. Okay, eat better do not eat. These are ordinances, though. These are ordinances to the Passover. I don't know about 116. I mean, law 16. All right, can we move on to the next page? All right. Is it there? It's confined people of the nation, circumstance, celebration. Yeah, see? They ain't got, I ain't got the bid 14th is the Passover law until now. Because I was wondering. Because I'm going through this TOC. Yeah, so we go, yeah, okay, cool. I'm not out of pockets. That's one concern about me. I don't want to repeat these laws. I think I did a couple, ever since my first edition. I made a whole bunch of mistakes. So we have 151, Leviticus 23:5, and the 14th day of the first month at even is the Lord's Passover. Okay? So that was that. And then the word servile, having or showing an excessive willingness to serve or please others, of or characteristics of an enslaved person or an enslaved people, slaves. Oh, whoa. So it says serve. That's a job, you know, but it's slavery, you know. So, but we got Nehemiah says no buying and selling, so you can't say, well, I got paid for it. So you can't do it for free, and you can't do it for a fee. Okay? All right, 152. The first and last day of feast of unleavened bread, Passover in parentheses, is cooking allowed Sabbath. I know I see it, damn. Yeah. Leviticus 23:7. In the first day, you shall have a holy convocation. You shall do no servile work therein. 8. But ye shall offer an offering made by fire unto the Lord 7 days. And the 7th day is a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work therein. Oh, y'all don't see all that, do y'all? Okay, y'all do. Cooking is allowed because it is a feast day. Yeah. And the scriptures technically says no servile work, not Sabbath. But I cut it as Sabbath with cooking allowed. That's how I see it. And plus it's a feast day. Oh, I said because it is a feast day. So all feast days except like Day of Atonement. Day of Atonement is the strictest day of the year. I think the day before Day of Atonement is the loosest day of the year. It says celebrate your Sabbath. Yeah. And somewhere in Leviticus 23, we should bump into it in a minute. All right, 153. Law 153. Do not eat bread or cook or fresh plants the morning until evening of the first day of the week during Feast of Unleavened Bread. Of the first day of the week during FOT. It says do not eat bread. It should be what's that bread with leaven? Leavened bread. Let me see the Bible verse before I act on it. All right, Leviticus 23:10. All right, speaking to the children of Israel. Okay, it's 11. All right, and he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted before you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. Chief from JLT put me on this. And ye shall, I thought he told put me on this after the book. And ye shall offer that day when ye wave the sheaf, he lamb without blemish of the first year for a burnt offering unto the Lord. And the meat offering thereof shall be 2 deals of fine flour mingled with oil, and offering made by fire unto the Lord for a sweet savor. And the drink offering thereof shall be of wine, the fourth part of a hin. Man, this is some rapper stuff they be saying in the Bible. Fourth part of a hen bottle. You just hear drink. Come on. I know when I first got to the truth, I tried to be funny with mines about that. All right, 14. Oh, so it's just 11 and 14. Ye shall eat neither bread, nor parched corn, nor green ears until the self-same day that ye have brought an offering unto your God. It shall be a statute forever throughout your generations and all your dwellings. So it's 11 and 14 is to cut. All right, and he shall wave sheaf before the Lord to be accepted on the morrow. After the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. How I word this? Seriously? This is not. Here, let's go to the Bible, y'all. And get up on my book. Let me see how, because I was always trying to figure this part out. Let me see. Leviticus, what, 23? Yeah, 11. And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you. On the morrow after the Sabbath, the priest shall wave it. Let me see. Let me see this in the physical Bible. I'm trying to see the paragraphs, cause I'm trying to see where we at. It starts at 11. He shall wave the sheaf. So the paragraph starts at 5. Passover. It's just Passover. It's not Pentecost. Let me see. It's 12. It's 11 and 14. Let me see. And he shall wave the sheaf before the Lord to be accepted for you on the morrow after the Sabbath. The priest shall wave it. 14. And ye shall neither eat bread nor parched corn nor green is until the. Oh, this is first fruits. So like that's where the paragraph titled at. The first fruits. And how I got this law title? This title is wrong. But it might be right. I know what it is. Okay, so we had law on Bible verse 11. 11:14. Y'all see, all praises. So it says on the morrow after the Sabbath. Morrow means morning, right? And then we know Sabbath is Friday night to Saturday night. So morrow morning after the Sabbath is Sunday morning, okay? And since we're evening day, is morning to evening in this context. So it says that first Sunday morning to Sunday evening. Leviticus 23:14. Ye shall eat neither bread. Parched corn is like cooked corn, and green ears is uncooked corn. Until the self-same day that ye have brought an offering to your God, it shall be a statute. So, no bread, leaven or not leaven. So, what it is where is this law at? 453, do not eat bread. or cook or fresh plants. It's just okay. Let me see green ears right quick. Green ears is the on corn is yellow, but it's in that green thing. I don't know what it's called. Green ears probably. All right, let's see what green ears mean. Oh shoot. Oh yeah, this is the whitest thing ever. This is so white. I'm just so white for myself. I'm just so white. Oh, corn. Oh, okay, it says Bible. Immature body of grain here, specifically those are young, tender, and not yet fully dry. It's the most Leviticus 2:14, 23:14, we in 23. Which means concept religious offering. The appearance green ears was a significant agricultural marker of corn roasted by fire and crushed. Okay. Includes prohibit against eating any bread, parched on green ears until the day offering. This ensures that the first harvest was dedicated to God before it was used by the people. Why don't you just say uncooked corn? Why? Okay, I understand all that deep stuff. See, green ears of corn. That's why I wanted to put in. So the law should go as do not eat bread or corn morning until evening the first week. It's Sunday morning to Sunday Eve. The first Sunday morning to Sunday evening during FO. Unleavened bread, FOUB. That's how the law should be written. Okay? So it's do not eat bread or corn. Period. Corn the first Sunday morning. I got until evening in parentheses. Leave it as such. From Sunday morning during all right, boom, scratch that out. Wait, so during the feast of unleavened bread, right? Or corn the first Sunday morning until evening during the feast of unleavened bread. That's the law. You can't eat the first Sunday morning to evening during feast of unleavened bread. One cannot eat bread or corn, cooked corn or raw corn. That's what it is when the Bible verse gets to 14. Let's go back to 14. When it says parched corn, that's cooked, right? Say dried out with heat. Ain't that cooked or sort of, lightly roasted? I mean, still cooked. And then green ears. A vineyard, it says. Oh, wow. Oh, that's the etymology. All right, so let's do the definitions. Morrow, archaic, the following morning. You see that? Bread, grain. You see that? Parched, adjective, dried out with heat, informal, lightly roasted. Parched corn, parched grains, roasted grain. Green ears, etymology, vineyard. So it's just, I understand it. Just don't eat bread or corn. I was just too wordy and last one. On my last merry-go-round, but it sounded just quick, cute the words up a little bit. Make it look better, make it look more polished. This book tight, it's tight, but it's going to be even tighter. When Sabbath ends, Saturday evening is the first, when Sabbath ends, it's the first day of the week. With that said, the morrow means morning that comes to recognize as the first Sunday morning to evening during Feast of Unleavened Bread. It is a transgression of the law. 1 John 3:4 to eat bread and cooked or fresh plants. Really corn. And eat bread and corn. Not all that. You can eat all the plants you want. I think. Because it said green ears. So that's how I see it. And then it is. It is. Okay. Alright, y'all. We Law 154. The Feast of first fruits is 50 days, the morning after the Sabbath, during feast of unleavened bread. Leviticus 23:15. And ye shall count unto you from the morrow after the Sabbath, from the day that ye brought the sheaf of the wave offering. Even 7 Sabbaths shall be complete. And I want to put that Tobit one in there. Even until the morrow after the Sabbath, ye shall number 50 days, and ye shall offer a new offering unto the Lord. I want to put that Tobit, Lord, FOUB, Feast of Unleavened Bread. I want to put Tobit in. I don't know why I put it in there last time. Pentecost? How do you spell Pentecost? Pentecost. Oh, it's Pentet. I want the one that told me. Because it says, I got to share my screen on TikTok. So. And TikTok was not playing when they said, we're so selfish, we'll block you from nobody seeing you. I'm like, dang, y'all that selfish? And they just make up like, what are y'all whining for? All right, we had Toby 2:1. Now when I was come home again, my wife Anna was restored unto me with my son Tobias, the feast of Pentecost, which is the holy feast of 7 weeks. There was a dinner prepared me in the which I sat down to eat. So it says 7 weeks because 7 Sabbaths, 50 days. Where we get the 100 days from? This will help. The Toby one help tell you it's not 100 days. We might keep reading, but when I got into the truth, I was like, does that mean 100 days? Because that's at the end of the summer. Because you know, a season's only but 93 days, so 100 days is summer over week. Toby 2:1. That's all I want to put in there. Probably the paragraph, and that's about it. All right, so we said, what we said we gonna do. 30 laws. So we're gonna do we 44, 54, 64, 74. We done that 74. All right, no cheating. All right, we're at 155. Leave the plants for your people to eat freely. Leviticus, this the gleaning grapes. Leviticus 23:22. And when ye reap the harvest of your land, thou shalt not make clean riddance of the corners of thy field when thou reapest. Thou shalt gather any gleaning of thy harvest. Thou shalt lead them unto the poor and to the stranger. I am the Lord your God. Glean, collect gradually and bit by bit. Gather leftover grain or other produce after a harvest. Alright. If you possess a garden with plants exposed to your people at the threshold of your property's landmark, leave the plants for your people to eat freely. And you have to tell niggas that niggas like, what? I gotta share? Yeah. A lot of us. Yeah, a lot of us. You know, I don't even like sharing sometimes. That's the devil on us. So I empathize. Law 156. Cooking allows Sabbath for blowing of the trumpets on the first day of the 7th moon. Leviticus 23:2. Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them concerning the feast of the Lord, which ye shall proclaim to be holy convocations. Even these are my feasts. 24. Speaking to the children of Israel, saying, in the 7th month, in the first day of the month, shall ye have a Sabbath, a memorial of blowing of trumpets and holy convocation. Numbers 29:1. And the 7th month, on the first day of the month, ye shall have a holy convocation. Ye shall do no servile work. It is a day of blowing the trumpets unto you. The 7 moons called Ethan in 1 Kings 8:2. Verse 2 spells out that this chapter is describing feasts. Feast days. What is the difference between blowing trumpets in any new moon? We must blow the trumpet on all new moons, and they are cooking allowed Sabbaths. Amos 8:6 in parentheses. The new moon feast day recognition begins when the new moon is witnessed. So I want to cancel that. All right, I like that last sentence. When it comes to blowing the trumpets, feast day, this cooking allowed Sabbath actually lasts longer than 24 hours. That's no, I don't like that. I ain't gonna say none of that. Only thing I want to say, I want to take the new moon feast day recognition begins when the new moon is witnessed outside. That's wrong. The new moon is okay. Okay, let me write this down. I learned this after the fact. The new moon. So evening today or yesterday was 5:10. Let's say the new moon came out at 8:10. That means that means right now it's not a new moon. The upcoming evening is the new moon. Okay? The new moon begins at evening if the moon is scheduled after evening, the first of the moon, the first of the moon is the upcoming evening. That's it. And then cancel that bull crap I wrote down. The new moon feast day recognition begins when whatever bull crap. Cancel all that crap. I was just on some stupid dumb stuff. Alright, so we had law. Cause y'all see the space, but I don't see the space. Alright. The law 157. The ninth of the seventh moon is a celebration. I told you we're gonna get to it. The ninth of the seventh moon is a celebration day. Leviticus 23, and we had 32. It shall be unto you a Sabbath for rest, and ye shall afflict your souls. This is talk about Day of Atonement. If you go verses up, and the ninth day of the month, that even from even unto even, ye shall celebrate your Sabbath. The Sabbath is the Day of Atonement. You celebrate the Day of Atonement before Day of Atonement. Just like you pray over your food after you eat. The Torah says that we're going to get to it. We're going to get to that law. But the Torah tells us pray after you eat. And if you read Leviticus 23:32, it says, in the ninth day of the month, that even from even unto even shall you celebrate your Sabbath. But it says afflict your souls, colon, before that. So afflicting your soul is not celebration. So people say, oh no, the ninth at even begins Day of Atonement. No, the 10th at even. The days begin at even instead 12 a.m. The first of the month, the first of the moon, is at even instead 12 a.m. Instead of January 1st, it'd be January 10th. We shouldn't be recognizing it. We shouldn't be rooting it off of January. It should just be a bid first period. Just like we grew up, it was just January 1st period. It should just be a bid first period. You know? And in this evening, a bid, the seventh moon, that's evening first period. We count 10 evenings, you know, and then we starve it out for a day. Yeah. The day before, you party like a rock star. Apparently, it says celebrate your Sabbath, and it's obvious you about to fast for a day, party like a rock star. Because it's not a sin if you did it, if you recognize it as that. Unless the day before Day of Atonement was like a 7-day Sabbath. Then you like, uh-oh. You know? So other than that, yeah. Yeah, TikTok got mad. Like, your life is restricted. We're mad at you. Alright, Alright, so we're in agreement. This is the end of the summer celebration because the next day is the Day of Atonement and the Feast of Tabernacles is coming soon. If this day falls on the weekend, then celebrate on the 8th day of the 7th moon. Verse 32 says, celebrate your Sabbath means this day is not a Sabbath, but a day to celebrate Day of Atonement. Yahweh says, eat up before you fast. But okay, but the verse clearly says celebrate. No, not celebrate, but DOA. DOA is a Sabbath. That's what I was trying to write down. We're at 158. The Feast of Tabernacles begins on the 15th day of the 7th moon, lasting 7 days. Well, technically it is 7, but Leviticus 23:34. Speaking to the children of Israel, saying, the 15th day of the 7th month shall be the Feast of Tabernacles for 7 days unto the Lord. It says 7 days. But it's 8. You'll see. You'll see. When you learn this Bible, you will learn it deeper. You'll understand what the Most High talk about. You don't say that when you talk to people. Like, you don't say that. They always have me hear that. Alright. Verse 39. It's in purple. And the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered of the fruit of the land, ye shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. A lot of brothers just say, hey, keep your black ASS outside for the whole 8 days. Some people even go through the Sabbath. Because you have to understand, this is how you pace yourself in this truth. It's a pause every 7 days. We're not used to that. We used to just the stores closed because it's Saturday, Sunday. But we can do whatever we want that's available in our world. Not resisting the world. That's what we used to. So a lot of people, because you can't, y'all don't want to be like, Thursday evening is the end of the 8th day, and then now you can do all you want for one day. Some brothers would be wise enough and went to Saturday night. They got the whole week ahead of them until the new moon for the 8th day pop up. I mean, not the 8th day, but the new moon for the 8th month will pop up, basically. And then the next weekend Sabbath. Then you got the whole month ahead of you free. And then the next month until the 25th day for Feast of Dedication. That's how you pace yourself with time, because you never, like I keep telling my mom, do not recognize the prep day as a semi-Sabbath. You do not want to get involved on a prep day, because our flesh is desiring to stay occupied. We can't be bored. Sabbath is a boring day per Isaiah. You have to just twiddle your fingers all day. That's why brothers go to camp, okay? It's a twiddle your finger day. All right. All right, Deuteronomy 16:13. Thou shalt observe the Feast of Tabernacles 7 days. After that thou hast gathered in thy corn and thy wine. Law 159. Recognize the first day and the day after 8th in parentheses. the day after the Feast of Tabernacles as cooking allowed Sabbath. And I'm gonna minimize all the literal numbers and the laws interpreted. I'm gonna minimize these numbers. I might keep them because presentation matters to me. I like it. You look at it, and it's the easy way to understand the laws, because the Bible is presenting the laws is the hard way. That's why who talk about the oral tradition? Is it Nehemiah or the brothers just talk about it and they got it outside sources? But teaching the law the oral way is the easy way, and then this is the book. This book is, I want to present it the easy way, because the Bible is very complicated. The only killer about this book is that we like to still disagree. And we like to hide behind, what is it, Isaiah 58 too? I prove it to y'all. This. Oh, sure, that's still up. This Bible verse, we hide behind this Bible verse the reason why we can hate each other. Like, the Bible is for me to, you know what I'm saying, to make up stupid stuff out the Bible. Oh, 52:8. I think. Isaiah 52:8. Thy watchmen shall lift up the voice, with the voice together shall they sing. For they shall see eye to eye when the Lord shall bring again Zion. And that tells them they could just make up any doctrine and then they'll be sanctified. It might be true. I don't know. But I remember previous lives, we go to the synagogue and all we do is argue on the law. We spend a whole life arguing, you can't do this, you can't do that. A whole life. And piss the Most High and His Son off, and we just stay in captivity. All right, Law 159. Recognize, okay. Did I say that? Recognize the first day and the day after A from parentheses, the Feast of Tabernacles, cooking out Sabbath. Leviticus 23:39. Also in the 15th day of the 7th month, when ye have gathered in the fruit of the land, you shall keep a feast unto the Lord 7 days. On the first day shall be a Sabbath, and on the 8th day shall be a Sabbath. So that's why the law says the day after, because, you know, it's your choice to stay in the woods. You can sit in the woods all year round, you know, so you can stay in the woods all day. All right, Law 160. On the first day, 15th of Ephraim, 7 more in parentheses. On the first, okay. Prepare for the Feast of Tabernacles. Leviticus 23:40. And you shall take you on the first day the boughs of goody trees, branches and palms, and boughs of thick trees, and willows of the brook. And ye shall rejoice before the Lord your God 7 days. Really? Let me see something. So, before the evening, and before the evening of the 15th of Ephraim, because this is preparing. Well, it could be, where's that Bible verse that says the protection part where you lay the sticks down so you can hear? We might get to it where you lay the sticks down. It don't say so you can hear somebody coming after you, but it was a protection clause in the Bible so you can hear people coming after you. All right, we at Law 161. God requires us to dwell in booths, tents during the Feast of Tabernacles. Leviticus 24:42. Ye shall dwell in booths 7 days. All that are Israelites born shall dwell in booths. That your generations may be known that I made the children of Israel to dwell in booths when I brought them out of the land of Egypt. I am the Lord your God. These events a fun camp trip to end summer or begin fall. If you are poor, sleeping in a tent in your backyard will suffice this. Sleeping in a tent will suffice this. I hate these dang on grammar. Sleeping in a tent in your backyard will suffice this law. Yeah. All right, that's cool. We at Law 162. And 1% per year to the principal value. Add 1% per year to the principal value when redeeming in real estate. Did I make this up? I think I made some bull crap up. Yeah. All right. Leviticus 25. I could never have this screen lit. Leviticus 25:25. If thy brother be waxing poor and have sold away some of his possession, why would you ever get wax poor and celebrate and sell your possession? Bad investments. That's the only reason I can think of. But that means you sin because your best you should never. What the that's what I'm saying. We busy being in Job test, not knowing we going through Job test. This is a Job test. There's no reason why Israelite who's keeping the commandments is waxing poor. This is where Paul get the falling away for first, because Yahweh, why Yahweh shall keep they got this thing. Do you really love me? They got that. Do you really love me? Smile while you got your stomach cut wide open, getting tortured. I love you, God. Like in, what is it, 2 Maccabees 7. Yeah. That's how it is. Leviticus 25:25. Thy brother be waxing poor and has sold away some of his possession. And if any of his kin come to redeem it, then shall he redeem that which his brother sold. And if the man have none to redeem it, and himself be able to redeem it. None to redeem it means like no family, but he still got the money. Then let him count the years of the sale thereof and restore the overplus unto the man to whom he sold it, that he may return unto his possession. So what's the math on the overplus? I was reading the purple. Y'all see the purple too, right? Let me see. Let me read again. Verse 27. Then let him count the years of the sale thereof and restore the overplus unto the man to whom he sold it. Might find it. I thought they had the math in here. I thought the Most High put the math in here. I thought he did. I know it's 20% extra if you like steal something from somebody or tore their property up. You gotta add a fifth part to it. Ain't no math. Okay, let us say I buy a house, I buy your home for $100K. 5 years later, you want to buy your home back. Usury can be defined as interest alone, or usury is defined as excessive interest. This has been a confusion all my childhood too about usury. For the sake of argument, I would choose the latter in this context. When we get to it, the usury law is subjected to interpret and not have a tool playing upon tables. Since we have the technology, 1% a year is non-usury interest. We can intricately divide the annual percent per second throughout the year. Add a percent to every year it takes for an Israelite to redeem his or her property from another Israelite. Meaning, since it takes 5 years for that person to redeem their property, the overplus. I was wondering, what? It's a Bible verse in my. I think it is a Bible verse in the back of my head that speaks on. Is in my book. But when we get to it, we'll speak. We'll update if it is. It might just be a mirage in my head. It's a lot of mirages of the Bible in my head. I think it's a lot of mirages of the Bible in a lot of people's head, and I'll be trying to separate the two. The overplus as described in verse 27 is 5%. That he compound less frequent of interest is non-usury acceptable. All right, we at I still got a viewer. You ain't even like the live. Why you ain't gotta like it? But dang it, that's it. Yeah, I like it. That's it. Yeah, I like it. Dang, it's almost 4 in the morning. Y'all up? All right. Help your law 163. Help your fellow Israelites if he or she falls off or hurt. Uh-huh. All right. All right. All right. Oh, we almost finished. That's why I was looking. That's what I was looking for. We almost finished. We started at 144. 54, 64, 74. 44, 64, 74. Okay, we got more than 10 to go. Alright. Help your okay, one law 163, help your fellow Israel if she falls off or hurting. Leviticus 25:35, if thy brother be waxing poor or falling in decay with thee, then thou shalt relieve him, though he be a stranger or a sojourner, that he may live with thee. Take thou no usury of him, or increase. And see, that's the difference between usury as or increase. Because increase is a minute profit and usury is an excessive profit. But fear thy God, that thy brother may live with thee. Thou shalt not give him thy money upon usury, nor lend him thy victuals for increase. So yeah, that help you too, because increase is the trade. Deuteronomy 15, verse 7, if there be among you a poor man of one of thy brethren within any of thy gates, in thy land which the Lord thy God give thee, thou shalt not harden thy heart, nor shut thy hand from thy poor brother. But thou shalt open thy hand wide unto him, and shalt surely lend him sufficient for his need, in that which he wanteth. Okay, verse 9. Beware that there be not a thought in thy wicked heart, saying, the 7th year, the year release is at hand, and thy eye be evil against thy poor brother, and thou givest him naught. And he cried unto the Lord against thee, and it be sin unto thee. But see, niggas be getting mad like, nigga, stop throwing your money away and requiring me to jackpot theory. Like, nigga, you can't just be, because it's Job test. That's it. That's why your brother got waxing poor. Where's that? Verse 7. If there be among you a poor man, and then what y'all say? The poor will always be there. Job test all day. There is no reason why we keeping the commandments, we can't keep a female on our job. Our money ain't that long. She'll be like, nigga, you ain't spit. She'll be walking away from you when you need her close to you because your money ain't long. I still got 2 viewers. Alright, verse 10. Thou shalt surely give him, and thy heart shall not be grieved when thou givest unto him, because that for this thing the Lord thy God shall bless thee in all thy works. This is how you get good life in your next life. This is how she makes it easy for you to get you a wife instead of fight her. Small things in previous lives like this get you that. Get you that job you want, that house you want, that car you want. The reason why your washing machine don't break, your clothes always clean. And in all that thou puttest thy hand unto. In verse 11, for the poor shall never cease out of the land. And that's what Jesus said. He, like, poor you will have always. I don't even know why. Therefore I command thee, saying, thou shalt open thy hand wide unto thy brother, to thy poor, and to thy needy in thy land. Low-key, everybody being poor. The whole planet had a life where they was down and out. Especially as Israelites. Do not help the sinner. Sirach 12:4-7. Now take that comma out and put in. To lend the money is not by the borrower's interpretation of the law, but by the loaner's interpretation. If you recognize 1 Corinthians 11:4, your brother beseech you with his head covered, you can respond with Sirach 12:4, unless your head. Uncover your head, brother. That was gay. I want to take that out. Just leave that part there. Leave the head covering alone. Alright. That's too petty. Increase. It's a lot of politics I put in this book. A lot of what's going on in my life at that time. A lot of evil people. A lot of evil people. You know the thing about it. The people I was associating with on this third edition, they know all the bad I did on YouTube. But when I was doing this book, they turned a blind eye. Everybody. Mm-hmm. All right, increase. That's H8636 increment. Usury, interest, bonus, victual, food or provisions. Provision, food, supply with food, drink or equipment, especially for a journey. 164. Do not erect stones in your land to worship. Leviticus 26:1. Again with the verse 1. Cap. All cap. All right. Leviticus 26:1. Ye shall not make it. Salaki. Ye shall make no idol nor graven image, neither rear you up a standing image, neither shall ye set up any image of stone in your land to bow down unto it, for I am the Lord your God. Erect, rigidly, upright, or straight. So to bow down to it is because when I went to prison, a nigga told me the Bible said you can't take pictures, and then you have to keep reading the rest. You got to read after the colon. You feel me? What he talking about? It says to bow. Read after the comma, to bow down to it. Now it says, what about verse? Neither shall ye set up any image. That alone says you can't take a picture. But it says a stone in your land. So people like, we Christianity has a clause of reading a few words in the Bible and give up on life. Be real with you. It's the female disposition of the Bible. The Bible says suffer, and women love to see everybody suffer. My whole life, when you deal with the black woman in the Bible, the black woman will tell everybody suffer because the Bible verse says that. And God hate everybody. Listen, you would hate God dealing with a black woman. That's why Joe White said, curse God and die. A black woman would just sit there and just torture you. Your parent, your mother, your wife, got the bees like that, y'all. So we had Law 165. An Israelite person is an adult at the age of 20. Okay, we had Leviticus 27. 27 and 3. And thy estimation shall be for Salaki. And thy estimation shall be of the male from 20 years old even unto 60 years old. Even thy estimation shall be 50 shekels of silver after the shekel of the sanctuary. So we start at 20. I like to say 21. That's just me as precept of man. Like the woman I want is a 21-year-old or older. If I get that low, like an event, this book go viral. I always wanted a 21-year-old when I start going up in age. That's the lowest I want to get to. Not always. Let me correct myself. It's not that I always want a 21-year-old. I was always willing to go as low to 21, but younger than that, I couldn't stand that. I couldn't stand. She said she 19. I couldn't stand that. Estimate, a rough calculation of the value, number, quantity, or extent. A judgment of the worth or character of someone or something. Law 166, an Israelite person is a senior citizen at the age of 60. Let me go back. This is unto 60, but so it's not through 60. You can go verse 3, it says 20 years old, even unto 60. So your birthday at 60 means you senior citizen, not your birthday at 61, where you have to deal with 60 all the way. But your birthday at 20 makes you an adult. Your birthday at 60 makes you a senior citizen. Because we got to, one thing I learned in college about accounting, what is it called? Periods. What is it called? When you have like a statement period. So you got to recognize the end of one period. A second later is the beginning of the next period. That's all. So we got to look at it like that with time and its truth. And that's one argument I had with my baby mama. We never understood. She never, it was hard for her to understand that the end of one period means the beginning of another. She thought, the reason why I'm looking at this, when you don't just run up on me and force me into teaching you and giving a crap about your feelings. And that's what she did. She thought I was supposed to care. That's all. And I was like, what? I didn't care. But I'm trying to tell you or not. Like, I'm not the, go to camp. When we have a space, a time, and I have friends with me that back me up in something I don't know. She was, that's what I'm saying. And this, being Israelite in this world, especially Southern Kingdom, the response, everybody is Satan worshipers. Everybody's Satan worshipers. Everybody say, yo, you on your own. But then they want to pipe pop you when you get the come up. Like, I helped you. You know what I'm saying? Like how it was my baby mama. She knew, all she wanted me to do is just prove it to her. Like, I'm wasting time. I got other stuff to do. I know I'm doing a lot of therapeutic stuff and speaking about stuff. But I didn't, if she ever watched these videos, I did not want to spend that time trying to prove to you the day begins in the evening. You know? This, you see, you should have just read this book. Even though this book is flawed, this book was sufficient for you to do what you need to do. Like, I got into the truth June 2019. I wrote my first book that October. I start writing it that October. And a few of the reasons why was, if I bump into a woman, I don't want to hear her lip. I did it the hard way. Give me my free real nigga respect. I earned it. You can work hard for a black woman and she will still make you feel like you wasted your life. And they'll just sit there and wipe their face like I done nothing wrong. I wrote a book and you still ain't dick cop me, woman. No, I used the vulgar language. You all in a nigga face, he want a dick copper. Okay? So if it's a woman watching this, you ain't on your nigga dick. You a loser. Okay, look, we at the law 166. We did that. We at 167. Okay. And it's like, oh shoot, I ain't even flipped the page. The 167, people's biblical nationality go by their father, with the ultimate origination from the posterity of Noah. Numbers 1-2. Take ye the sum of all the congregation of the children of Israel, after their families, by the house of their fathers, by the number of their names, even every male by their poles. So it says by the house of their fathers. I only went to 18 because the brothers keep running 18. It's like they keep forgetting the first verse that says that's really Numbers 2. It's more theoretic. No, more brainwashed. Because I first heard it at Numbers 1:18. And it was a brother who read the Bible all the time, like it's actually started in verse 2. And I was like, I commit as 2. And everybody still went to 18. I'm like, for real? Numbers 1:18. And they assembled all the congregation together on the first day of the second month. And they declared their pedigrees, because they got the word pedigree, after their families. It's a little bit more plainer. But it's more simpler in verse 2. Because it says after pedigrees after their families. Verse 2 says just after their families. By the house of their fathers, according to the number of the names, from 20 years old and upward by their posts. Okay, in bondage slavery, Esau was raping our foremothers and having the son reproduce with Israelite woman. And having the son, right, that's an Edomite baby. Meaning over time, Esau can bury his seed in Israel. And today, some people's skin is the cut of the earth, but their biblical bloodline traces back to the nation of Edom. If you wonder why a rapper is so thirsty, adapt. So Rock 26:12, I want to bring that up. Adapt, so it's not purity that. To encourage us or brag about genocide in our nation. Perhaps that rapper, they cannot, I can't read the Bible in peace on TikTok. Dang, you ain't gotta sit here and alert me. How can I cancel that alert? Don't alert me on TikTok. Like on a cell phone, you can cancel your man. So look, to encourage us or brag about genociding our nation, perhaps that rapper integrity is not an Israelite, but just a lowercase black person. They do not want me to do this. Y'all hear this, right? Y'all hear this? No reason. There's no reason. I got dual Ethernet connection to this computer. Dual Ethernet connection, 2.5 gigabits. There's no reason for this live now cancel TikTok and started back anew. All right. Okay. To encourage us or brag about genocide in our nation, perhaps that rapper lowercase black person disrespectfully speaking. That black person, okay. The best way to discover if one is an Israelite is Romans 8:16. In today's time, if that person wants to keep the laws, then that person is an Israelite for. Well, and if he wants to, if that person wants to and actually do, and actually do, sometimes. But sin does not necessary, but sin, even willful sin, in comma, does not negate one is not in Israel light. All right. Poll a person's head. Record the opinion or vote of. All right. So okay, we have law 168, right? You owe 20%. This is the 20% I was trying to tell y'all about because I was trying to do that one law. Where that one law says Lord, let him. See, she at verse 36. What was I looking for? I just zoned. I just lost my mind. You owe 20% interest. Right. So verse 36. Wax and pour decay, increase. So usury. So right here, 36. Thou shalt take thou no usury of him. Or increase, but fear God. Now this not it. That ain't it. It's this law. Okay, 162. So it says if the brother waxing poor, he sold away some of his possessions. If any of his kin come to redeem it, then shall he redeem that which his brother sold. Verse 27. Then let him count the years of the sale and restore the overplus unto the man to whom he sold it. So it don't define the overplus. And then 168 is not defining the overplus neither, but it is defining a and overplus. 168, law 168, you owe 20% interest plus the principal balance if you destruct someone's property. I thought it was stunning, but it is destroying. Numbers chapter 5, verse 6. We only got 2 verses. Speaking to the children of Israel, when a man or woman shall commit any sin that men commit, to do a trespass against the Lord, and that person be guilty. 7. Then they shall confess their sin which they have done, and he shall recompense his trespass with the principal thereof, and add unto it the 5th part thereof. Because it's 5/20s and 100, right? If you get you some money at the ATM, you want to put a few hundred, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 100. You can put 500. You count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, so you got $500, right? Okay then. and add unto it the fifth part thereof, and give it unto him against whom he had trespassed. I only did that because I got experience of pulling money out the ATM. Got that honeys, got them 20s. Say no. Say no. That's not idolized money. All praise to the Most High. This law is about destruction, damage, or theft of another's property. If you trespass your fellow Israelite property as such, then you owe the value plus 20%. Keep it straightforward, simple. We got trespass. Commit an offense against a person or a set of rules, a sin or offense. Yeah. Walking through the park. Oh, I ain't on COLD. I ain't on coke. I turn that furnace on. So, okay, we got a few verses here. Numbers. So, Law 169. The Nazarite vow for God. Number 6. 2. Speak unto the children of Israel and say unto them, when a man or woman shall separate themselves to vow a vow of a Nazarite to separate themselves unto the Lord. Oh, I'm hungry. I am hungry. Unto the Lord, he shall separate himself from wine and strong drink, and shall drink no vinegar of wine, or vinegar of strong drink, neither shall he drink any liquors of grape, nor eat moist grapes or dried. All the days of his separation shall he eat nothing that is made of the vine tree, from the kernels even to the husk. It's just some science to it. That's one thing. You have to go to the Samuel about Samson. All the days of his separation. But Samson was always separated then, because he could never did no fun stuff like that. He was just, that's why he was sleeping around with them nations. He couldn't drink. That nigga was like, my nurse is bad. No, the nations, they nicer to us than our own sisters. Unless you get the right one, then she could be crazy nice. You can get you the correct Israelite woman, and she can give you better sex than she saw, and she can be nicer than an Elam woman, I guess. So we are still number 6, but we have verse 5. All the days of the vow of his separation, there shall no razor come upon his head until the days be fulfilled in the which he separate himself unto the Lord. He shall be holy. That means set apart. It says separate himself unto the Lord. You read that part. He shall be holy and shall let the locks of the hair of his head grow. And it says locks, not dreadlocks. A lot of people be thinking that it got to be clean. You know, you can't clean it. Because look at the Bible, verse 6. All the days of that he separate himself unto the Lord, he shall come at no dead body. Listen, 7. He shall not make himself unclean. Period for starters, but then it says for his father, though. You unclean if you can't wash your hair, buckaroo. Or for his mother, for his brother, or for his sister when they die. That's why I say like my book go viral, and I'm road tripping. You want to road trip with me? You gotta be like how Jesus when he said. See now they won't even alert me with sound. They just said my live on TikTok is disconnected. Now they you heard how they just snuck that, right? They snuck that credit. Now they just whisper. Come on, Mosai. Ain't nothing I need to do. This computer is well equipped. My computer is well equipped. You just lying talking about it's a problem with your live quality. But what up, Toya? You in my live? We reading the Bible. We interpreting the laws in the Bible. That's all. All day separation. He is holy unto the Lord. If any man die very suddenly by him, and he have defiled the head of his consecration, then he shall shave his head in the day of his cleansing, and on the 7th day shall he shave it. So you got to shave your head if you're around a dead body. I didn't splice this up because this is not a law. A Nazarite vow, it's too late to do it. It's a lot of stuff in this Bible it's too late to get a part of. It's a lot of topics, lots, choices. Like, The Nazarite vow. No to do that anymore. The Enoch. You goofy. We don't have no more future of heathens rulership. There's no more lives. There's no more regenerating lives for us with the heathens is their rulership. If it is, it's like one more regeneration. We most likely won't see 2100. So why is you up there talking about you could do an Enoch work? You gotta be fruitful and multiply, man. You gotta spread your seed. It's high time. That Enoch stuff was 100 years ago, 300 years ago, century ago, millennium ago. Yeah. When Jesus was talking about, he was like, you got these 2 centuries and that's it. I mean, these 2 millenniums and that's it. But after that, you gotta get you some. We almost at the end of it, y'all, because it's 174. We finished 170. Lord, 170. Bless the nation of Israel in prayer. Or so you say, when you bless the Most High, you bless your nation. But yeah, number 6. We'll read it. Verse 23. Speak unto Aaron and unto his son, saying, on this wise ye shall bless the children of Israel, saying unto them. Let's read the purple. The Lord, I should turn this purple into red. I'm going to turn this purple into red. Because it's the law. All right. Numbers 6:24. The Lord bless thee and keep thee. 25. The Lord make his face shine upon thee and be gracious unto thee. Right? 26. The Lord lift up his countenance upon thee and give thee peace. Right? 27. And they shall put my name upon the children of Israel, and I will bless them. Oh, that got me emotional. I'm really emotional now. Yeah, that prayer. That prayer got me good. All right, y'all. Let me get back to this book. Law 171. Still keep the Lord's Passover if you are an unclean Israelite on Ziph, 2nd moon 14. I'm going to switch that title up. Numbers 9, 10. Y'all can't see all that. All right. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, if any man of you or of your posterity shall be unclean by reason of a dead body, or be in a journey afar off, yet he shall keep the Passover unto the Lord. The 14th day of the 2nd month at even they shall keep it, and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. I have not kept the 7th moon day of Passover yet. Still keep the Lord's if you are unclean. If you're an unclean Israelite on Ziph. Well, it don't say you have to be clean for the 2nd Passover, because I was wondering that too. And it's the same ordinance as the Passover period. But it's only one makeup feast day we have, and it's the Passover. The rest of the feast days you got to keep it in the season. But for some odd reason you missed the original Passover, you have an alternative. All right, 172. 172. Law 172. Alternative Passover is the 14th of the 2nd moon for those who missed the proper Passover. This might be a double law. That's why I was going back and forth. Because it's tomato in my opinion. Okay, Numbers 9:11. Let's read it again. The 14th day of the 2nd month at even, they shall keep and eat it with unleavened bread and bitter herbs. Here is Passover make day, and the law is the same as if it were the 1st moon. The law, the ordinances, not law, ordinances are the same. Are the same as if it were the 1st moon of the year. Whereas you still buy Passover lamb on the 10th of Ziph and cook it at the beginning of Ziph 14th even. Okay? Capiche? Tomato. We on our last 2 laws, y'all. And we free to go for the night. Get your sleep on. You get to eat and walk around the house and scratch your butt. Last 2 laws. Oh, let me stretch. Dang, I gotta feel good. I gotta stand up, y'all. I gotta stand up. Oh. This chair, man. You know, man. Man, that's why I hate idolizing money, y'all. That's why I hate money. I hate it. This chair, my mother is so cheap. She got this chair out the garbage or something. I was just gonna go online and buy a chair, but since I had a chair, I'm gonna get chairs out of garbage. Like, we save money, y'all. And 174 is much easier law. It's wordy on 173. Blow both trumpets before convening with your people. Numbers 10. 2. Make thee 2 trumpets of silver of a whole piece. Thou shalt make them, that thou mayest use them for the calling of your assembly and for the journeying of the camps. And when they shall blow with them, all the assembly shall assemble themselves to the door, to thee at the door of the tabernacle of the congregation. At least one trumpet. I used to blow the trumpet when I was going to camp and stuff. And then this life, man. Man, when you come to serve the Lord, you know how Sirach said, prepare yourself for temptation. Prepare yourself for BS. Just a bunch of BS. And this is the Deacon had, he said when he first got into the truth, he thought it was kumbaya too. I thought the same thing. He was telling me it's not kumbaya. It is gangster grills, you bastards. It is the hood like a mug. This truth is Nazareth like a mug. Okay, anything good come from Nazareth? 174, blow one trumpet to convene with the leaders. Numbers 10:4. And if they blow but with one trumpet, then the princes, which are heads of the thousands of Israel, shall gather themselves unto thee. It's like, well, we might not really have to keep these laws, these blowing the trumpet laws, to get into the kingdom. There's a lot of laws, we most likely won't be keeping. And we don't, it's like the Torah, the Tanakh said, boil your meat. There's a lot of things that the Yahweh Shai had. You know how you start something off, and then when you get through it, you start realizing it's not really what you was looking for. A lot of these laws, because when you listen to the brothers teach, it may be Yahweh Shai might be chilling on them laws and say, look, I'm not pressed about it. Or it's like, yo, I'm not going to require y'all keep that law. I've been noticing that. I don't know for sure. I do not want to say that emphatically. But it'd be appearing to be that. Don't go around, bend over, say half the city can have my bunghole. I can see it because Obadiah said that. I'm not seeing that. It's a lot of small, inconspicuous laws. Look, not the law you can just go around stealing from your own people, y'all. Raping kids. I'm not giving permission for that, okay? The little small, inconspicuous laws. But let me check on these comments, because I'm about to get up off of here, too, and about to do what I came here to do. Shalom, Janice Chambers. All praise to the Most High. Let me see what TikTok talking about. Oh, Toya's still in. Did Toya comment? Do I got any comments on TikTok? But I might get up off this live though. But it was nice. I just want to say hi to Toya. And I opened up the TikTok program website browser to see your page, Toya, but they won't let me see it. Oh, Toya, pretty. Hold on, let me look. Let me see if I can share my screen. I don't want to share my screen. Here, let me share my screen. That's Toya. She in my live. That's you in my life. Let me put this over here. This on my TikTok live. And then move this cam over here. She gonna get mad like, don't we put me on blast? I didn't know. Let's see our profile. I can't see our profile. Let's see. Where you going? I don't know where she going. You gotta do better. If only I could make a deal with God, I miss you so much. I feel you, Toya. Missing fam like that, I empathize. It hurts though. And these the pictures from the back in the days too. I remember these kind of pictures. I come from the same world. I ain't, you know, we ain't fam though, but I know this pain though. You know, I'm familiar too with my own respect.
Metro Boomin want some more, nigga. She banking on me on the bank.
For the ice.
I got
Alright, that was Tway. But I just want to say Tway, a pretty lady. But all praise to the Most High. If I got any comments, or I might get up off of here. Tway, you can follow whatever. Alright, all praises. Dang it, close.